Hello, I'm Keith Mills, and this is the fourth breakfast briefing from Baku. I'm the webmaster of All Kinds of Everything, the Irish Eurovision website, and we're doing a daily scene set of the events at the rehearsals here for the 2012 Eurovision Song Contest. Today is Tuesday, as I recall. It's the 15th of May, I think. You tend to lose track of time here because one day merges into another a bit. So just a little scene set for today and a recap of what happened yesterday. Yesterday was Monday, and it was the second 9 songs in the first semi-final, including Ireland. Now, I'd like to say that it was the day of Jedward. It wasn't really. It was the day of the grannies. The Russian grannies stole the show here yesterday. Tons of publicity, very long press conference, and they really are charming and endearing, and everybody's falling in love with them. What that means in terms of transferring to votes, I'm really not sure. They performed the song very, very well yesterday, and they are certainly in the final, and with a good draw, they're certainly a contender. Other points of note, looking down yesterday's schedule, I thought that Denmark was slightly disappointing, but another one of the songs that I think is going to qualify, because it was more or less a repeat of what we saw in the national final. Moldova came up very, very strong. Pasha Parfeni, brilliant performance, great vocal, very simple choreography, rather politically incorrect at times, and you'll see what I mean when you see the live performance. But it was good, it was very, very good. Hungary, much stronger than previously, very good live performance, working well with the cameras. 2 disappointments for me: San Marino, just a little bit limp, and Austria, a song that I really, really love, really didn't work, I thought, on camera. Now, I was at the press conference later on yesterday, and I was told that they didn't actually work on stage the way they had wanted them to work. So they've got a little bit of work to do before they get a full-on show, and we see exactly how that song is going to look on the actual performance evening. And I must mention Ireland, not because I'm Irish, but because we actually did very, very well yesterday. Now, I'm absolutely certain, I was at the press conference yesterday, there's no question that Jedward and the Irish team are holding back. They tried out the water effect, the little fountain effect yesterday. It worked, but there is more to come on that effect, and don't be surprised if that really does enhance the final performance on the evening. Jedward gave a hint that you would see Jedward taking a shower on stage at Eurovision during the press conference, and I think that that's the effect we'll see. So that was the end of semi-final 1. We're hoping to do a round robin with myself and Andrew and Elaine to pick our 10 qualifiers last night, but everything ran so late that we decided that we would abandon it for yesterday. I'm going to try it again later on today, where we pick our 10 qualifiers from the first semi-final. The schedule, as you can see on the board behind me, is probably one of the greatest works of Azerbaijani fiction of all time. The first day we were 2 hours behind schedule. Yesterday we started around 40 minutes behind schedule and went to over an hour behind schedule by the end of the day. I think things may get a little bit better today, but to be honest with you, it doesn't matter. The schedule is just a guideline, and occasionally it's slightly inconvenient because you're trying to plan the day in terms of who you want to see live and whose press conferences you want to get to, and there can be a little bit of a disjoint, and you can't really do long-term planning. So today, semi-final 2 and 9. So actually, no, it's 8 songs from semi-final from the second semi-final. The reason why is that Armenia are not in the contest this year. They were drawn in the first half of the second semi-final, but when they withdrew, they didn't change the schedule. So it's 8 songs from the second semi-final today and 10 songs from the second semi-final tomorrow. So, nice short day, hopefully. Today we start with 2 of the ex-Yugoslav republics, Serbia and Macedonia. Everybody seems to see Serbia as a certain qualifier. I must admit I agree. It'll be interesting to see how it looks live. Macedonia, people are mixed on. I love the song. I think she's fantastic, Calliope. Looking forward to seeing how that's performed live, because talking to her in Amsterdam, they weren't still sure how they were going to perform it live. Then we're on to 2 songs that seem to be mixing people's opinions a lot, Netherlands and Malta. A lot of people love Netherlands. I don't get it, but it could do well. I think it's one that will work for Western Europe, not sure it will work for the East. And then it's Malta, which for me is one of the most improved songs since the national final. Apparently the performance is going to be similar in terms of setup to the national performance final, but there's a new mix of the song that you already have on the CD. Then we're on to Belarus and Portugal, 2 countries that people don't seem to think will qualify. I wouldn't rule either of them out. I think they're both different enough to stand out. Neither of them are particularly falling over with friendly neighbours, so it is a bit of a challenge, but they're a nice contrast to one another, and so watch those two as well. And then we finish the day with two songs which are not a contrast, they're actually quite similar to one another, and I don't think it helps either of them. It's Ukraine and Bulgaria, both up-tempo female songs, and I think it doesn't help either one of them to be back-to-back. What am I looking most forward to today? Perhaps Malta, because I want to see and hear how that actually works and how much it has improved. So, stick with us on the blog, on the photo stream, and on our YouTube channel, and you can follow the whole progress of the event today. Thankfully, my video camera is back and it's taking a charge again after misbehaving itself yesterday. And stick with us on allkindsofeverything.ie.